Safemoon news today. I won't be talking about Safemoon this time. I will be talking about Safemoonmark's new token called Surge. I will also show you guys the interview Safemoonmark did where he answered all the questions about the Surge token. He answered everything including the rug pull situation, how there's no rug pull, how the price won't go down, and there's no whales. Safemoonmark announced the token by this tweet. Yes, I wrote Surge not as a competition to any other project, but an innovation to the DeFi space that hasn't been seen or done before. No more liquidity pools, exchanges, whale problems, sells, or rug pulls. I hope many can copy and add this code to make DeFi a better place. Yes, Safemoonmark made a token without an exchange, without liquidity pool, and whale problem cells, or rug pulls. This is the most unique token out there. Now let's go to the Surge token Twitter page to see what it's all about. On the page it says, first ever DeFi token with zero liquidity pool, whale problems, or chance of rug pull. We're 100% community owned, and then you can see the code down below. You can also see some other tweets on the Surge token Twitter page. He says, welcome to Surge token, first DeFi to say no more liquidity pools, no more dev tokens, no more whale problems, no more private / pre-sales, no more exchanges or DXs. Our internal price algorithm ensures all transactions benefit the price of Surge, buy, sells, plus transfers. I mean guys, I still don't know how they're gonna do it without exchanges, but I'll explain it near the end of the video. The Surge token Twitter page also tweeted this out. This is 100% community owned. There are no dev wallets. All tokens were purchased on launch like everyone else. This is true DeFi. We will be creating a voting service where everyone can participate in the decision making if you hold Surge, of course. This is one of the best ideas I've ever heard. This is something like how someone is in the stock market, where you are a board member of the community. Like this in Surge, you can vote for what you want implemented in the Surge token. If you want to know how to buy Surge, I will tell you because Safemoonmark made it really easy. All you have to do is go to get on the smart chain BNB, and then in your Trust wallet, which I think most of you will have if you own Safemoon. So all you have to do is send BNB to this contract address, and then the contract address sends back Surge to your account. Yes, it's that simple. And if you want to sell Surge, what you do is you send back Surge to this contract address, then it will send you back your BNB smart chain. This is cool and easy to use. There are no swaps or exchanges. All you have to do is send your BNB and then you get Surge. Safemoonmark is changing the DeFi game. He made a similar smart contract for Safemoon before that made it really easy to buy Safemoon. Safemoonmark did do an interview with Crypto Central where he talked about all the main questions we had for Surge. How there is no liquidity pool, how the price cannot go down, and there can't be rug pulls or will sell off. Take a look at this.
What's up, Mark? I guess the best first question to ask is, what is Surge?
Surge token is a coin I created that has a weird property to it that I think a lot of DeFi will be able to expand on in the future. And that property is the fact that it's not in a liquidity pool. Traditional tokens are paired with an underlying asset such as BNB and put into a liquidity pool. And depending on how many buys or sells or stuff like that, the price reflects that based on the ratio between BNB or whatever underlying asset it is and the token itself. That's what outlines the price of any token. At Surge, we took a different approach. I randomly had an idea one day where I was like, what if the liquidity pool was inside of the token itself and not external? I spent like a few minutes really thinking about how that would be possible. And I came to the conclusion that if we store BNB inside of a token and allocate the total supply and have that change, we could calculate the price based on that. And from there, a bunch of cool things fell into place, such as the fact that with fees associated with an internal supply, the price of this token can never go down. It can only increase based on the way that we structured the fees and the way that we structured the buying and burning and minting and destroying of the token when it's created and when it's purchased. And it's really cool. We took a step away from DEXs altogether. You don't need PancakeSwap to buy or sell this token. You buy the token from the token and you sell it right back to it. It's really cool, and it's super decentralized in this way. There's no one that owns dev tokens. There's no one that owns liquidity tokens. There's no one that can rug pull. And even if there was a large whale, when he exited, it would only boost the price for everyone else. Also in such a way that every single person that's invested will be able to get their money back when it's time to sell. Even if everyone sold at the same time, everyone would get all of their money back.
Yeah, that's the crazy part, because it seems like there has to be somebody who loses. There's always somebody who loses.
So your risk is hedged in this scenario. The token has two 6% fees, one for purchasing and one for selling. And there's a 2% fee on transfers. And these fees go directly toward increasing the price for everyone else. So you have a maximum of 12% that you could ever lose from investing in this. It's impossible for you to ever lose more than 12%. And the only way you would lose 12% is if you bought and you were the last person to ever buy, sell, or transfer the coin ever again. If you were the last person to ever do that, you would lose 12%. Otherwise, if you bought and everyone started selling, you would actually potentially make a profit, because when people sell, it increases the price of this token. So in a funny way, the last person to sell makes the most profit out of anyone. We're different from like a multi-level marketing scheme because sales actually increase the price and transfers do too. So we don't need new buyers to raise our value at all. We just need utility. We need a way to transfer from A to B. And there's many ways we can do that, and really cool things that we're thinking up for the ultimate use cases for Surge token.
Yeah, it's really exciting. Can this get listed on another exchange?
It could be. We don't really want it to be. The whole point is to have it fully decentralized. So we don't want any central control. As we gain popularity, we might get listed without our knowing it or asking to be, just because we've been gaining popularity really quickly.
Can you elaborate on why this isn't a conflict of interest and how it is good for Safemoon and all DeFi?
It's not a conflict of interest because it really has nothing to do with Safemoon at all. It's an entirely different beast. I technically wrote it and developed it, but there's no owner to this contract. It's renounced, and even if it wasn't, there's no owner functions. There's no benefit I have for other people joining in other than my initial investment goes up a little bit. It's not like I hold an extremely large amount of tokens and I'm trying to benefit from it. But I think it'll benefit Safemoon in the end, because I think it's going to really show people the power of DeFi and what you can really do with it. I'm very bullish on this, and I really believe that we could see another run at DeFi, similar to how we saw when Safemoon was in its early days, just because of this new innovation. You know, when tokenomics was introduced, everyone was so excited, and it really changed the world a little bit. And I think with this introduction, the fact that you have a hedged risk and infinite upside, I think that might cause another bull run on DeFi. Hopefully a bull run that doesn't just result in everyone buying random copycat tokens, you know? Hopefully one that just results in people actually stepping back and being like, wow, this is some really powerful stuff you can do in this space, and bring a whole bunch of new developers, users, everything like that to the space. That's my end goal, and I think it'll actually benefit Safemoon in that way.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I think that, you know, Safemoon is at a period of time where they just have to get these projects out, so hype is dying down a little bit, and you know, release this, so that there's a lot of hype and energy and excitement around this tokens. So the only way to lose is if you sell before making 12% profit, or if BNB goes down. Those are the only two ways that you can lose outright.
First one, yes. The second one, we have a solution for.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
I can't talk about it right now because we're trying to make sure it works first, but we have found a way to have it not be reliant on the price of BNB anymore.
Just the perfect token. Okay. It just sounds like the perfect token. I can edit that out. That's just hilarious, though.
You would be able to hedge against a crypto crash and save your profits in a very cool way. I'll give that hint.
Yeah, that's super awesome to know that.
So you could move away and a crypto could crash and your profit stays the same. I can't wait to get more information on it.
Because that seemed to be the only downside. So if you're able to fix that, that'd be insane.
Yep. So the only other way you would lose money, technically the only way you'd lose money, is if you sell before gaining 12% back. Similar to the way you would see to like a retirement account. If you pull out a retirement account early, you'll lose some of the money you were supposed to gain. You won't get the entire amount.
Yeah, I just did that actually. I pulled out my 401k.
Yeah. It's similar to that. You have to let it mature to the point where you see profit. And then once you do, it's just up from there. There's no way you could ever go back down and lose money.
So basically this is just like staking BNB and gaining interest or reflections on BNB?
Not quite staking. There's no risk of impermanent loss, and it's a lot more predictable. Reflections is a weird way of thinking about it, but that's kind of true. Except reflections don't come back to holders in the form of tokens. They come back to holders in the form of a raising price. When you calculate price normally, it means a bunch of different things. The way price is calculated in Surge is how much BNB can I withdraw for one Surge token? That's what the price is for our coin. All the BNB exists inside of the contract itself. So the price just designates how much of that BNB one Surge token can access.
As the price goes up, will it also slow down in how fast it's going up until people sell? Like how much will it slow down, or will we still have the ability to still raise the price a lot with a lot of volume? Like what if we saw the volume that Safemoon saw in the beginning of its life?
Oh yeah, no, that would be crazy for the price. In terms of the plateau, if you graph out our chart, it almost appears logarithmic. And that's only assuming buys and sells. People just buying and then they sell when they get bored or when they need to take profits. That's not ideal. We don't want that for this token. We're hoping to bring a certain level of utility to it that can be used across the entire DeFi space. I'm not just meaning Surge token or Safemoon. I mean every token. That's what we're building right now. A way to incentivize transferring it. Because if it was just based off of buys and sells and that's it, it would seem to plateau after a while. But if we do this transfer method, this way to incentivize transferring that we've been talking about, that won't be a problem. We'll offset the plateau and it'll keep its linear path upwards. We're trying to impact every single token in DeFi at the same time. I'll give that hint.
Is buying, selling, and trading, well, I know you said trading is a 2% fee, but does buying and selling have an equal effect on the raising of the price if the amount's the same?
Yes, they raise the price by the same amount. So if someone buys 10 BNB worth, and if someone sells 10 BNB worth, assuming the price was the same when they did it, it would increase the price by the same amount.
That's very interesting. And there's zero chance of a rug pull. This can't be rug pulled.
There's no liquidity tokens and there's no whales. And even if there were whales, them selling would only benefit everyone else.
So even if you just got like wasted and you're just like, you know what, screw everybody, and you tried to rug pull it, there was no way that you could literally do it.
No, I don't own the contract. Nobody does. And there's not even that big of whales. And if there was, they would be welcomed to sell and take profit because everyone benefits from it.
Is this a Ponzi scheme?
No. A Ponzi scheme relies on other people giving other people's money away to other people, which it might seem like at the beginning because there is a fee that goes towards raising the price for everyone else. And if this fee and this raise of price only happened on buys, it would seem like a multi-level marketing scheme or a Ponzi scheme. But the fact that sells increase the price as well as transfers, negates this. Another aspect of a multi-level marketing scheme or a Ponzi scheme is the fact that if everyone tries to cash out at once, the system falls apart. That's not the case with Surge. Every single person can sell at the same time, the price will almost double, and everyone will be able to get their BNB out. Every single person. There's no risk of the system collapsing, and it's structured with code, and it runs with code, and the code ensures that everyone will be able to pull out their money at an increasing rate.
Could you have given yourself 10% of profits?
I could have, but that wouldn't have been real decentralization. I really wanted this to be a statement to DeFi, to really show the power of a community-driven project, one where there are no developer coins. I wasn't able to set aside a certain supply for myself. I had to buy it just like everyone else when I launched it. I didn't get any tokens to start. So it was interesting. It's a really cool aspect of it. It shows that you really have to have faith in your own project to launch a token like this because you have to buy in just like everyone else. There's some gives and takes. Obviously, marketing funds for developers is never a bad thing. It's always good for developers to have funds to pay for other developers and to do things like that. But the way that we're structuring this is everyone in the community is going to help each other. I'm still going to be kind of in the leadership role, but there is really no leader. I can't do anything that you can't do to this token. There's no special ability that anyone has. And I don't get any money from, like, specifically from the token at all. It's fully decentralized. Everyone benefits together.
Could you have designed it that way, or is it designed in a way to keep you out of it?
No, I designed it this way. I very well could have added some centralization to it, but I made sure it was as decentralized as possible, to the point where you don't even need exchanges. The token itself is an exchange for itself.
So you could have made a lot of money off of this.
That would have defeated the point. It's not about money. I really wanted to change DeFi forever, and I think I did, or I think I started to. I think that a lot of people are going to build off of this idea and improve on it, or maybe not. I'm going to try to be the first to improve on it and really build out the ecosystem the way I see it going, because I have a really good idea on where I want to go with this. I think this is just a good move for DeFi, and it wouldn't have been if I were to profit off of all of it.
That's awesome. Can this be moved to the Safemoon coin when it exists, or would you just have to make a whole separate one for the Safemoon coin when that comes out?
Since there's no owner, it can't be moved. I would need to make an additional one, a new one. But with the ecosystem we're building, that'll be a lot easier than one would think. I really can't wait to give more information. I just need to make sure that the system works before I talk about it, because I don't want to get everyone excited and then have it not work. But we have some really cool ideas, some really cool ones.
Is that regarding giving it utility?
Yes. Not utility in the sense that people would traditionally think, but yes.
some incentive to use it for something, or like you said earlier, to trade for something that contributes to the whole.
Well, the incentive would be profit, yes. It wouldn't be like utility. It wouldn't be like you're tipping people in this. It would be very different. Oh. It's not traditional. I mean, none of this is traditional.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I'm glad to have known you and to kind of be part of the beginnings of this, because it's really fun and exciting to be part of. It could become something like huge. It just has that, it feels that way, you know?
It is starting to, man. I've never seen growth like this in such a short time. Well, the token's not even 48 hours old, and we have like over 7,000 holders. It's pretty incredible. With no white paper, no website, nothing out yet. We're slaving away to get those out. We just didn't expect. I mean, I expected people to be interested by it, and I was hoping that people would see the utility and the real benefit from it, but I couldn't have even predicted this at all.
Well, you know, and this is kind of just me thinking, but like Safemoon looked at the problems of the DeFi world and they tried to fix it with tokenomics and reflections and swap and liquefy. But it seems like Surge, in one way, is dealing with huge problems in the DeFi world, with all these scams and rug pulls and people not selling and buying at the right times. And it seems to provide something that everybody would probably be interested in if they heard about it.
More or less, yeah. Yeah, it started as a crazy idea. And I kept saying, like, what if we did this? What if I changed this number? And I ran a bunch of simulations on it. And the current token we have now is pretty good. I'm very proud of it. And I hope it could be a good template for other people who are hoping to expand on this idea. It's going to be a real journey together as a community. Since there's no dev wallets, there's no marketing wallets, right? It's going to be a community push in a way that we haven't really seen in a while. Everyone geared together to push for Safemoon. It'll be interesting, considering this is such a community-owned project that no one really has control over. It'll be interesting to see how the community reacts and if we can gain enough of a push to not need a marketing wallet and not need a dev wallet at all.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see where the future goes. I do feel like this is DeFi, like this is what it's supposed to be.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's the truest form of DeFi in a token that I've seen so far. And that's what really pleases me.
Because it's for the people. That's the entire point, is like taking power out of like governments and out of banks and giving it to the people. That's why I love blockchain technology.
And now it's taking power away from developers. This was the whole thing, give power to the people, but we've been seeing that too much power is held by the developers, and this really tackles that head on.
Hell yeah, man. Well, thanks for doing this call with me.
Safemoonmark did an amazing job with Surge. This is one of the most unique token out there. I wish this token good luck. I'm sure this will start to skyrocket soon. If you guys did like this video, hit the like button and subscribe. Also turn on post notifications so you don't miss another video. Comment down below if you do want me to go over any other topic about Safemoon or maybe anything about Surge too. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.